Hello, Kurt. Why his butt spot not the spot? Suspicious. Oh. I haven't even, ended the loading screen. Thank you, Kurt. Okay. So yes, first of all, thank you, Kurt, for the subscription. I'm sorry Twitch blasted you with ads. I did have... So when I first start streaming, I do tell it to do a 2-minute ad. Because that's supposed to disable all the pre-rolls for at least 30 minutes. So I do that while it's loading. I figure that's fine while it's loading. So I'm sorry if it, like, messed with your stuff, though. It should have already been doing that before you got here. Also, I will play La Mulana blind. I play all of the games I do, like, I do not look stuff up until I feel like I'm done with the game. Like, at worst, what I'll end up doing is either asking someone who is familiar with the game for, like, a point in the right direction for something. With very few games, there are spoiler-free hint guides that exist. Mainly Baba Is You is the #1 game that has that. Baba Is You, 10 out of 10 game. 10 out of 10 community that respects that game. As far as, like, La Mulana, I mean, if there ends up being something that I, like, cannot solve, then I'll run into an issue, obviously. Like, with The Witness, as an example, The Witness I primarily did all without looking anything up. I think what ended up happening was there was a few puzzles where I needed help with a thing, but Minish was playing the game at the same time as me, and so we kind of helped each other when it came up. And there's a notable, a very infamous boat puzzle that we essentially... What?
Wait, which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the puzzle on the boat that guards one of the codes.
Oh, yeah.
That puzzle. That puzzle we notably did together in terms of, I came up with how to get as the solution, but they actually got the solution. I could not get it on my own. I honestly didn't even super duper hard try, because the thought of trying to get the solution on my own, based on what I thought it was not something I had any intention of doing. But I will try and do the puzzles on my own. And I do plan on, before I start that game, because, you know, you've mentioned it too, I will try and make sure I have an OBS scene set up so that I can easily toggle to having, like, my Paint.net notes document open and visible. I haven't decided if I'll just have that, like, replace the game, like, when it's on, like, toggle just back and forth between those two things, or what I'll do. But I'll do something. But anyway, so yes, in exciting news, Twitch finally claims that all of my emotes are approved now. They've been pending for like over a month, so that's super exciting. It did seem like it was being really buggy. I rearranged the emotes because they were approved. Like, all of the emotes that have been in the like usable tier 1 subscription spot have literally been all of the approved emotes I had, because those were the only ones that got auto-approved. The rest were pending an actual approval. So they are now like redistributed into where I planned on them going. But it seems like it's being slow. Like, it's telling me I can still use Zag finger guns, but Zag finger guns... Okay, yeah, it's showing them correctly for you. Nice. Yeah, for me it was just not showing correctly, it's still, when I go to type in chat, it's still telling me I could use the old ones that aren't even, Like, Zag Finger Guns is not even in an emo slot anymore. My plan is, that Burt Finger Guns and Zag Finger Guns are going to be free emotes when I get the free slots. I'm going to reshuffle things around a little bit more again. But until then, they're going to be probably just both on BTTV. Anyway, let us go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go here. Yeah, I feel like the odds of me completing the bonus dungeon feel like they're probably slim to zero if it's some, like, overly complicated thing. Nice, at PC. Victory. Wait, I've probably asked you before and forgotten. Are you East Coast or West Coast? Or something else? Oh, nice. Excellent. I mean, if you're saying that no other game has done a bonus dungeon, then clearly you've never played The Legend of Zelda. Well, I think Oracle, yeah, the Oracle games had a bonus dungeon, and then the color bonus dungeon or whatever, and then so did something else. Link's Awakening DX, maybe? Unlocking it without a wiki is basically impossible. Yeah, I won't Google stuff. So I will ask people. I guess I should stipulate how I play games. I Let me put it this way: I will not play La Mulana differently than I play any other game. Um, when I am playing a game, especially one that's like a puzzle or mystery, I think that most games like that are played best when you are not playing them quote unquote alone. Um, because when you're playing games like that alone, you you um you can get tunnel vision. So like if you are left alone with just your own thoughts, then you can really easily like draw some sort of conclusion that causes you to see something like incorrectly. Like I mean it's just like how you shouldn't have like one person in charge of everything, because that person can just get an idea that's wrong in their head and not realize that it's wrong in their head, and because of that like they don't see anything else. They're like kind of blind to everything else, and I just think that's bad. Like like it's a bad thing in anything else, and it's a bad thing when playing a game. Um, yeah, it is a real skill. It's a huge problem. It's a huge bias. Like it's a very well known existing thing. Some people just for some reason think that they are immune to, even though they're not. um, but anyway, so I do play games um, with people, like I mean with people in general, but like I specifically like to talk things out with people, and I like to play them. Like Torny and I basically play games together. Um, she does not like play games on her own in general. She does watch games, but a lot of times like I play puzzle games and stuff that she has not watched, and then we'll bounce ideas off each other. So we'll play them together and then say what we think is going on or what ideas we have based on what we've seen and why, and really talk it out. Um, so yeah, I'll probably do that, and then probably I don't know if Minish is going to want to play along with us as well. Minish sometimes will help will play with stuff, and other times wants to play games on their own. So there's lots of possibilities. But I am fairly certain Minish has not played La Mulana either. But then as far as like streaming goes, because I haven't been streaming games on Twitch very long. So as far as that goes, this would be my first mystery puzzle game, however you want to call it, that I've done since streaming on Twitch. I think I don't remember what all I've streamed now anymore. But as you can see, and as other people have pointed out, I'm very picky when it comes to things like spoilers, or I don't think I have any tags about backseating. I have thoughts on backseating. I don't want somebody who knows the game. If you are familiar with the game, I don't want you to give me any advice. I don't want you to talk really at all about the game if you know the game, because specifically things you think are okay to say about a game automatically tells me, oh, that thing must not be in the game, or that thing is not important to know, which automatically influences how someone plays a game. Like, it's like intentionally giving not correct knowledge is still giving things away. It's a form of information that I don't want to be given. You need to watch a WKC. I don't know what WKC is, but I assume it's another person who plays games. I did start watching the Daniel Matt because they have very similar ideas on how they want games like that I like. Here, we'll do that. That way I can look at it later. Because it'll be on Discord. But yes, so like basically if somebody has not played a game and they're chipping on what their ideas are about like something, based on what they have also observed, like what things they have also seen happen at the same time as me. If that's the case, then I'm actually okay with what their thoughts are. Like I'm like, oh, that's an interesting take on it. Like that's something. But that's really hard to do on Twitch chat because you don't actually know what people know. It's not hard to do again with like, you know, my close friends and my partner because like I know what they've done. I know what they have and have not played or what they do or do not know. So I'm not getting external stuff. What $10 actually said in a different chat yesterday, they mentioned something that I thought was an interesting approach to asking questions and like the idea of like asking chat for their thoughts and backseaty kind of stuff. And their thoughts were to designate, basically designate certain people that do know the game that you are okay with answering questions. If you have a point where you need to ask a question about the game, don't ask chat as a whole, but ask those people. Because asking chat as a whole leads to sometimes people not giving you answers to really the question you actually want. Like if you ask a yes or no question, you ask chat as a whole, then sometimes you'll get, yes, and here's why, which is not the question. Yeah, you should have trusted people, yeah. $10 brought it up because, Oatmeal is playing Outer Wilds for the first time. Which, they have, all their VODs are currently on Twitch. Well, except for technically 10 minutes of one VOD that is only on YouTube, but... No, actually, I think they uploaded it to Twitch now, too. Yeah, so that's the whole thing. $10... So $10 does not actually like Colette's Moist Muffin approach, because what happened is that Oatmeal is playing Outer Wilds for the first time, and last week ran into an issue, and because she was getting pretty frustrated with it, she did ask chat a question. She does not have an official safe words, so she actually, like Colette does. So she said, safe word. And then asked chat a question. And the problem that happened is that some people in chat misremembered the section of the game that it was, and they actually gave her... So she ended up getting two different answers, or a yes or no question. She got both yeses and nos, which was not correct, obviously. Only one of those two things is correct. And that just led her to more confusion and frustration, and etc. So, there we go. So then today, yesterday she played more and went back to the same area question for. And so we brought up, you know, the US's question last week about this, because she started going back to the same thing that the question was about. Last week, you know, she was giving bad information. We said it was like a slightly longer sentence. And shortly after that, since she finally had the correct she did get solve the puzzle, but $10 was a little upset because he felt that chat shouldn't just be jumping in, bringing that up again, basically, because Oat didn't re-ask about it. And then they said, like, the whole issue wouldn't have happened if chat had not given bad information last week. Which, I mean, it's true, but also, like, that's just what did happen. But point was it if there was some trust, if there was some trusted, this wouldn't come out. And, like, that's also true. So Kerr, I'll probably make, since you're one of the few people, there's only people that I definitively know have played through, you would be one of them, and then Ender, I don't know, and then Ender on user, on Discord, his name is Ender something with an O, and they have a Shroomel warrior as their profile picture, and for the life of me, I never remember what the second, yes, that person, thank you. And played through. Might not be the right. I'll probably ask a direct person. If while though. I have to be very stuck at something. Ask about it. I'll usually even come back. Alright, you ready? You ready for that recap? Alright, time to clean the temple. The theme of La Mulana is this. If a streamer is stuck, he's allowed to ask for help via poem puzzle hint that's formatted in the same way as the game. The cost of the request is up to said streamer. What? That's quite the approach.
Way back here.
Yeah, this is fascinating. There hasn't been a level where you're this far away from the actual thing.
All the way up.
Yeah.
It looks like a Valheim temple to me.
Yeah, I was also thinking it looks like the Weasley's place. But I think the biggest difference is the Weasley's place, I think, is in a hill, like in a valley. I feel like that's wrong. I don't remember. Oh my god, you can put the ladders up here. Are you starting on the tippy top?
Yeah, I figured we would. I mean, if you can get up there first, you can start.
My egg-shaped butt. There, I'm up here.
Okay. I guess
Oh, gnome! Goodbye, gnome.
Oh no!
Oh, gnome. Hello, oatmeal. We weren't talking about you. Don't worry about it. That's just a silly thought. I mean hello. So I didn't actually ask anyone because we started stream today just going straight into talking about Lana Lana. How is everyone doing today? I feel like all Hollow Knight players like puzzle platformers, right? Does Hollow Knight count as a puzzle platformer though, I guess? Like, I feel like there's puzzle in how to learn the map, like, and knowing to come back to stuff, but that's more of a result of it being an open world Metroidvania that's non-linear, as opposed to most linear ones. I do think the overlap of people that enjoy Hollow Knight and people that like puzzle platformers is very high, though. You probably have a vast majority of them. Yeah, that's, like, I did realize that, like, I guess there's not really puzzling in Hollow Knight. But I do think that the way the gameplay of it works for your vanilla experience, it has an element that feels like a puzzle platformer, even though it's not really a puzzle. It's more of, like, Hollow Knight doesn't tell you what the things you need your items for is. You just kinda have to figure it out. It's one of the reasons a lot of people don't finish Hollow Knight, because a lot of people don't really... that doesn't click with them. They're not used to not being told what to do. No, no, no. Oh, so here's... So first of all, for those that did not see, yes, we have actual proper emotes now. That's exciting. There's the what, six tier 1 emotes, I think. I don't qualify for the free emotes yet. The free follower emotes we don't get for 60 days. I mean, less than 60 days now, but 60 days from whenever I became affiliate, because I became affiliate the same time I got whatever goal qualifies you for those. You got the back side? You want me to go to the front side, or should we do sides? Here, how about I'll help you the back side.
Yeah. We can each do like one side.
Yes, so we have proper emotes in all of my available emote slots that have all been pending since I became affiliate. Well, since 2 days after that, because that's... Torny spent 2 very dedicated days creating all of the emotes for me. And I'm probably going to have to go through and recrop. I cropped them the first time, but I couldn't see them on Twitch at first. And I'm gonna have to go through and probably recrop some of them at some point, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I qualify for instant approval, because that took so long. So Kurt, I do want a Dwarf D, yes. The plan is to make a Dwarf D eventually. I'll probably make that. But I don't know when I'll get around to it. But I will make it. Somebody did make... there is a Toad D. And I did have Toad D as one of my BTTV emotes. I actually only recently removed it. I went through and removed some of my BTT emotes to add some other ones. And I decided... What?
Why don't you get rid of Toad D?
I got rid of Toad D because now I have like my own kind of Toad, and I like Captain, like regular Toad. So oh no, I put a whole big old line in it. Gross. I don't like regular Toad as much as I like Captain Toad. Captain Toad is... I relate to Captain Toad.
You're small, you can't jump.
Yeah, Captain Toad A++, exactly! I'm small, I don't jump, I love that headlamp and scarf combo. Just A++. Captain Toad's a great character. So anyway, regular non-Captain Toad emotes I decided to start, now that I actually have my own emotes, and my own Toad that is more unique. It is not original Toad that I would try and just... Like, I'll keep the Captain Toad ones until I have things to replace them, but I don't want the regular Toad ones. Maybe when I have another stretch of free time, I will make Toad D and put it on BTTV. I'm going to put the emotes that I have. So Torny made me more emotes than I actually had slots for. So I am going to also go through and put the remaining emotes that I didn't assign to slots and make them BTTV emotes until the free slots open up. I'll do that sometime in the next few days. But I don't know when I will have very much free time again. So fun fact thing. So today, I was not supposed to work. But yesterday, I got a message yesterday evening that said, "Hey, I think we're gonna have 2 callouts." Well, they definitely had 1 callout, and they were pretty sure they were gonna have another callout. So they asked if I could come into work today, and I said, "Sure. You know what? I'll go into work today. It's fine." Go into work today, and I find out. So I find out that one person who they expected to call out today texted my pharmacy manager this morning, and the text message that they were expecting to get to say she was going to call out, because I guess she called out the last 2 days. The text message did not say, "Hey, I can't come in today." The text message said, "Hey, I'm not coming in anymore, I quit." So that was a thing. Super cool move to quit with 0 notice, except for the morning of, after calling out the last 2 days. Yeah. So just top tier move right there. Yeah. So unfortunately, that means we are down a whole person that was like scheduled for the next couple of weeks. So I will presumably be, it sounds like, working my shifts, and we are dividing her shifts up among remaining people. The problem is that a few of the other remaining people, I'm going to be picking up a lot of her shifts, most of her shifts.
Did not mean to pick this up.
So I will be, my 3 days off a week that I've been enjoying recently is probably going to go to 1 day off a week. And it sounds like possibly next week I may have 0 days off a week and just have a couple of days that are shorter shifts than full shifts. So yeah, it's gonna be fun times for me. Probably a lot of PowerWash Simulator streams, since you can play this and be very burned out from work. Yeah, it does suck. That's what it is. I'm always torn because, like in all honesty, I don't think that, like, the company I work for deserves things. Like, but, like, none of the current direct management or coworkers in our current pharmacy suck. Like if you have a crappy boss and, like, if you have a crappy work environment and a crappy boss, then yeah, you know what? Don't give them a notice. Just quit. Just say, hey, yeah, you suck, and yeah, your whole situation sucks. But that's not the case here. Like, the company I work for as a whole sucks because it's a big corporate company that the company itself doesn't care about anyone. Like, you know, that's pretty standard. But the actual, like, store I work at, the physical location, the management that we have right now is literally some of the best management I've ever worked with in my whole life, and like, really good. Our pharmacy manager is one of the most accommodating people I've ever met in my whole life. She goes out of her way to accommodate and fight for people's accommodations.
She's so good that
Like,
no.
yeah, like genuinely, she when, like, a different management or an upper management has said, hey, you're not supposed to do that, she's like, oh no, we do that because it's a good accommodation for people. Like, yeah, no, we're gonna do that anyway. Like, it's very good. And the store manager is also very good. He is unfortunately leaving, but he's moving on from being a store manager. But he's very good. Also very accommodating, and tries really hard to make stuff work for people. So I don't know. I don't think that this workplace really deserved a zero notice quit. Pretty rude move. Oh my gosh. The little message I'm getting says that this place is literally covered in farm manure. Yeah. Oh my god, it says manure. If you look at the type of grime, there's grime and manure.
Lovely.
Nice.
Shit-caked temple.
It is a shit-cake temple. No, grime is separate from shit, see? So if you look at the top left, it tells you that there is, in the thing that I'm pointing at, there is grime and there is manure. And now it's flashing. Why is it flashing? Stop flashing. It's because there's something else there. There's 3 things, and it's trying to load the 3rd thing, but they're, like, overlapping. Kind of freaks out with overlapping stuff. Grime is greater than shit. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's the kind of take I can get behind. Why is this building so tall? There's stuff on the sides of this. I don't know how I'm gonna easily get. I'll take jump up there again, I think. Oh my god. There's something up with this. There we go. Holy crap, hi.
Hi.
That scared me.
Sorry.
It's true, Oat. Honestly, I keep wanting to add more music to this playlist, but the problem is the unrailed music might be some of the best background music to, like, ever exist. Like I love a ton of game music, but, like, I played around, I added Hollow Knight music to this playlist for a little bit, and then I realized that the Hollow Knight soundtrack music is just, like, it's, like, too powerful. Like that sounds really stupid. I don't know a better way to say it. Like I feel like it invokes too much emotion. The Unrailed, like, this is just really comfy background music. The Unrailed music, like, I feel like I can do stuff and just work to it. Like I can clean buildings to this music and it feels great. Whereas, like, the Hollow Knight music, I love the Hollow Knight soundtrack, but I have way more of a, like, I need to adventure something. Like, I don't feel like I can just work to that. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm describing, but it just didn't feel right. It didn't give me the same feeling. And yeah, I played around a few other stuff. I do want to add more music to this playlist, though, because it feels very short. Cry of fear. Awesome. What's Noida? Okay, oh, I'm pretty sure at least one person has brought this up while you were playing games before. Noida is a, I believe it's a roguelike. Maybe roguelite? I don't 100% know. But it's a 2D, hesitate to say platformer. But you... It's a pixel game, like pixely, and the environment is like... Yeah, it's like... Yeah, you don't... I think you don't even have a jump button, do you? You have like a fly spell or whatever. And you like... I mean, I'll just tell you the very beginning of it. You basically, you go into like a cave, and then you look for it, like tells you you're looking for like more equipment, and your equipment, like the entire environment, like pixel environment you're in, is like entirely destructible, but in a way where like you can't just break everything. It's not like Minecraft. It's... Yes, Kerr, you can give a much better explanation of this. I have only very briefly played it. So like my description, I figure, is one that basically can't be a spoiler because I don't know anything that could be a spoiler of the game. But it is very limited information. I played it for like 30 minutes about 2 years ago. I feel like that was definitely the thing that was going to happen. This is why Kerr wanted to add you. I want to do some Unrailed streams at some point. I haven't played Unrailed in quite a while now, but I've been thinking about playing it again with Torny, and I was thinking I would probably do some multiplayer ones with whoever wants to join, because I think it's more fun in multiplayer. Mostly because that means I don't have to panic and think about every detail as much. So I thought it would be fun to just pull up the game and then throw the like room codes on Discord, and whoever wants to hop in can hop in. Yeah, we'll get a game. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head what my most played game on Steam is. It would be... So if it was not for the fact that Steam does not count a lot of my Hollow Knight hours, it would definitely be Hollow Knight. But 90% of my 1.5 playing has been using my GOG copy of the game. And even though I run that game through Steam, Steam will not count it because it doesn't track the hours of non-Steam games. So that's rude, in my opinion. And it also notably, GOG also won't count the hours because I'm not launching it through Galaxy. So the hours just aren't counted at all. Isaac's a fascinating game when it comes to people talking about streaming Isaac, because I genuinely don't really get the appeal of streaming Isaac, like, on Twitch. Like, I love Isaac. Isaac might be my most played game on Steam, like, for what it's tracked. Isaac's very good. Very easy to put tons of time into, and never get bored of it. But, like watching Isaac feels like it's really fun to do when you're watching, like, a friend play Isaac. But, like, for bits at a time. Like, I don't know. And honestly, I don't really know if I'd want to, like, stream Isaac on Twitch. Because, like, I'd want to pay attention to the Isaac and not really... I don't know. Yeah, not like I wouldn't pay attention to chat very often, I feel like. And, like, I like to play Isaac min-maxing, so I guess my play style of it I don't think would be very entertaining to watch. Because I do a lot of very tedious stuff when I'm playing Isaac that's very slow and grindy. You could, you know what, you actually should. That would be really fun. I forgot, have you started the third file yet? Gotcha. Still, you could probably stream the rest of it. I mean, I know that there are people that like to watch Isaac streams. Like... I never saw this ding. Yeah, we're missing some buttresses, which...
Some up
Buttresses
here.
are the things that are like up.
You see where I'm pointing?
Ow. Like, so part of what makes this building easy to fall off of is this game has a really kind of funky jumping mechanic. Like, basically if you're jumping on an angled thing, and you're moving up the angle, it like jumps you. Like it's like you're doing the jump input multiple times at once. You get like a bunch of air and stuff, and it's really easy to over launch off things. The buttress is still needed. We gotta touch the butt. Okay, there's another buttress. Touch. Oh, it's this one. Alright. What? One figurehead. Oh, I found the figurehead. Alright, now 2 window frames.
I found one of them.
Oh, where's the other? But why does the game hate me going up ladders sometimes? Boom! Our van. You ready? Nice. Yeah. Alright. Are you ready to clean the washroom in Muckingham, WC? You know, a lot of folks have asked me recently, Clem, why the heck you buy a large abandoned washroom when you only ever gonna need it 6 to 8 times a day? I'll tell you, I'm gonna convert it into Muckingham's premier nightclub. Young'uns crave novelty, right? And I can tell you, ain't no one around here experienced acoustics like you can get in this place. I can tell you that. Anyhow, I'm a bit of a germaphobe myself, so all I got as far as taking the cubicle doors off. If you could blast the place, I can see what I'm playing with. Oh my gosh. Did you start somewhere else in here? Yeah, you did. We started like in corridors.
We started in like
This is
opposite corridors?
Yeah, this is
I've had dreams.
yeah,
with
I
this
hate
layout.
this. I hate this. This is awful. Oh, I feel so trapped and claustrophobic in here. Yeah, I gotta start with this. I need a clean, safe tunnel. I don't know how I feel about not having open sky in one of these. I don't like this. This is the first job where I feel like our hazmat suits are warranted.
You think so? So,
Okay, yeah, well, you know what? What's a little manure between friends, you know? You're supposed to sleep where you shit, right?
Spoken like a man who's never had to clean the cat box.
I have had to clean many a cat boxes, I'll have you know.
Not ours.
Listen, I cleaned it once.
still doesn't look like as much manure as the last one.
It's true. Aw, you getting groomies. Zag's like, what, you want me to bite you? Is it bite o'clock? Oh, we washing it true. Good evening, Bjorto. How are you doing today? Oh my gosh, and it's a potato. Good evening, potato. How are you doing today? It is potato. Yeah. You are hungry. Please feed you. What does a potato eat? I'll let you know if I'm capable of feeding you. Alright, if I stand here, look at this. Look, gosh. Completely clean. Whole area clean.
Yeah, same.
Clean as far as the eyes can see. Wow, good job, team.
Good job.
Yeah, good jorb. Oh my god, good gorb. Okay, hold on. GG, good gorb. Good gorb needs to be an emote. What sound is it? Well, I guess there's the question. So, I always say it, ooh. But I guess really it should be like, oh! Or, oh! Oh! Maybe something like that. You gotta like kind of shake your head while you're doing it to match the fish. Ah, yes. Tunnel of safety.
Of safety, huh?
Look at how nice this tunnel is. Look at how it's safe, clean. You could eat your food off of the floor in this tunnel. You might not want to if you remember what the tunnel looked like.
If you didn't know.
Ooh, is the sound of the one vine where they dissing each other, and the one dude has a whole crew. Oh. I don't know if I've seen that vine, but I feel like I can picture it.
Is that the one with
like,
the...
oh. Wait, yeah, is that what that, like, meme gif is from? I'm not sure. Giorgio, can you please post that somewhere? Can you find it and post it so I can know if it's what I'm thinking of? Maybe I have seen it. It'd been a long time ago. I mean, Vine was a long time ago, so... God, Vine was like 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Jesus, was it?
Yeah, Vine was from before we were dating, and we just had our 9th anniversary. Which means Vine was from like 10 years ago. Welcome to everyone. I'm sorry to just age everyone right now. Let's see here. I kind of want to get some of the upgrades for these. We have the Prime Vista Pro. So you don't like the long extensions, right? You don't use them?
I kind of want to get them, but...
I could get... Do you want the extra long or the long?
So we could do the extra.
Sure.
And you have the of super
Yeah.
long.
I wonder, so if I don't load soap, does the soap thing, like, get rid of dust? God, that was bright. I think the soap thing doesn't do anything if you don't have soap in it. Alright, so you wanted to go over stuff in the big one so that we can expose any graffitis?
Yeah, see?
Yeah. You're missing out. soap. Metal soap is so nice for the rust areas. Like, it's so nice to not need to, like, minuscule blast it. You just kind of go bump, bump, bump with the soap and it's gone. I mean, I use the 15-degree nozzle for almost everything. That's the yellow one, isn't it? Wait, why is that a PNG? Shouldn't it be... Okay, Potato, go get a food. Wait, Kurt, what did you just post a picture of? I found it, and then you posted a picture. I thought we were talking about the vine. The lights? No, there's lights in the electricals. Also, your lights make a perspective thing, because you do this, and then if you go over here, whomp, whomp.
Well, let's look at this,
Yeah. We got W $ square root of org? Alright, alright.
someone shooting a gun.
Looks like it.
Wait,
Or pressure washing.
yeah, I was about to say, or it's us.
We got funky hello. We got some tic-tac-toe going on.
Got a little alien.
Little alien. Abracadabra. Or abracadabra.
Extreme. Well, that's a spaceship and a planet. Over here by the cool S.
Oh, cool. This graffiti is ripping up for him. I don't know if this counts as Ratman graffiti. This feels different. The little bit of Noida that I played, I felt like it was fair. Like, I did not enjoy the controls because I really wanted to play with controller and it didn't have... Like, I think there was an update. I was told that there was an update after the time I was playing it that actually made controller a lot more bearable. But, controller was not very comfy at the time I played it. And even then, I felt like it was fair to play. Like, it didn't... Like, I don't know. I think it's probably hard as you get into it, but in a, like, reasonable challenge progression. Excellent. Excellent. Beautiful. Filthy. Yeah, filthy. I need like the was it Quake announcer? Filthy. I don't remember which one that would be. Maybe that was the old Halo announcer. I feel like Halo and Quake had similar kind of announcers. I didn't disturb him. I'm giving him his own personal front-facing bidet. I'm helping. Kurt, you can't just walk. You can't just make these things go faster. Okay, if he wanted privacy, he should have shut the door. Now, there are no doors, so maybe he shouldn't have come to this bathroom if he wanted privacy. That's like you can't have a conversation on speakerphone and then get mad when someone, you know, next to you clearly hears what you're saying. Like, you're on speakerphone. That's what's gonna happen.
Who had more graffiti?
Kurt, that's part of the ritual.
Oh,
Kurt.
dude, did you see this one best shot?
Yeah, best shot.
Oh, God.
Like, Kurt, I mean, sometimes you have a ritual. Yes, Bjortos is trash. I added two of the songs from Trash Quest to my playlist. I still have not heard back from the developer of it, which I'm very bummed about. I mean, they probably don't check this. I feel like if I submitted a game to Steam, I probably wouldn't like regularly actually check the Steam discussion page for it. Like, I don't know how often I would. I feel like if you're the developer, you probably get emails when there's posts in it, but... Oh my god. Fruno! You listen, who are we to question their ritual? Sometimes you have to have, like, traditions and rituals in your daily routines. Like, this is how we stay sane. And maybe your ritual is that you gotta spend 15 minutes smelling other poops before you poop. Like,
What?
like, who are we to judge this?
What?
What are you wetting?
Smelling poops?
Yeah.
What?
Sometimes you gotta sniff poops for 15 minutes before you poop.
What? Why? Who sniffs? Who's a poo sniffer?
I don't know. Kerr, what's their name? Kirby. Kirby is a poo sniffer.
Is Kirby a dog?
Yes.
Oh, good. That makes this so much better.
Fruno, how are you doing today? The relief was real, it's true. Torny was very concerned.
I don't know.
Ah.
You were weird.
So, Fruno, how was your sleep then? Also, Bruno, I haven't asked you in a few days. Are you starting to feel better yet? Last time I asked you if you were still feeling pretty crappy. Something seems to be going around where some people are feeling like absolute trash, and they're not COVID positive and they're not influenza positive, but they are positively feeling like garbage. Like it seems to be being chalked up to, like, common cold. But, like, I don't know. I feel like this is hitting people a lot harder and lasting a lot longer than a normal common cold does. So, like, just interesting. Because Bruno, I feel like it's been, like, what, like, over a week now, right? Have you feeling pretty crappy? I mean, I know you said you're feeling okay now, but I think it's been over 2 weeks. I don't know. It feels like it's been a while. There was a point in time in my life where I might jokingly say something like, oh, I gotta check my Fruno notes or something. But then I knew somebody. I met technically co-moderated an area with someone who found out that they were literally taking notes about, like, everyone they interacted with. And it was real disturbing. Very creepy. So now I just can't even say that, like, jokingly, because I'm like, you know, that someone might actually think you do that. Like, that's certainly a thing. Yeah. I mean, like, I have added, like on Discord, you can add notes to someone. And I have done that occasionally, like, mostly in, like, smaller community spaces, if I want to remember, like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of an example that's come up like, if someone tells me they go by another name, like, I'll add it as a note on there so I can remember they go by another name. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Yeah, adding notes to people for, like, random things, one thing, but no, yeah, it came up because, like, they joined, like, a Discord, like, call, like, people were hanging out in this community space, people were hanging out, like, regularly in Discord calls, and, they joined a few times, and it was noted that every time they joined, like, people would say certain things, and then suddenly you'd hear a bunch of things, like a bunch of very loud typing, like someone just mentioned a thing, like, offhandedly that had to do with it, like, you just hear all these things, and then later, like, a screenshot of, like, a document about someone came up, because they were like, oh, you know, you gotta be careful about this, like, because this person was, like, helping moderate a space. And it was like, why do you have that in, like, a text document? Like, that's a weird thing to have in a text document. Yeah, so, like, I've used it primarily to do things like add notes about, like what people go by for other names and stuff, or, you know, people don't like some people, you know, don't like certain things, so it's like, it's nice to note this. And then you might not remember the thing, but you might remember, oh yeah, like Bjorto, there's something they don't like, and I don't wanna accidentally bring that up, because they don't like talking about it, so it might be like, I should double check my note. Wait, what did Steam start tracking? Oh yeah, it does do that. But also some people like to go by their real name, like in smaller spaces. Or like before it became common for people to have pronoun roles and for people to like make it more clear, sometimes I would add pronoun information into people's note things on Discord. That was like a long time ago though. Like that hasn't really been necessary in quite a while. Anyway, that person in question, they actually, this was a whole problematic thing. They actually owned the server that was for the community space. They did not just help moderate it. They owned it at the time. And so it was like really difficult to approach them about things that were issues because they had absolute control over the entire space. Eventually, though, we did call them out. They did some other stuff that was like, they really, really questionable decisions. And so the other moderation teams of the space brought it up. We like, these are some problematic things you're doing. We've got to really talk about this. And they had a whole meltdown about it, and then vanished off the face of the planet. Not really off the face of the planet, but they did vanish from the main community spaces that we shared. And then they ghosted pretty much everybody. They didn't respond to anyone. And then I eventually stole the community space from them. Turns out, if an owner of a Discord server does not respond to Discord staff after long enough time, Discord staff will in fact give you ownership of the server if you ask for it. Just a fun fact. They have a lot of caveats to this. They won't just like do that commonly. It has to be a large enough server, and they prefer it to be set to public server or community server. No. I started the modding server. Now this is for a different community space. But it's not Hollow Knight related at all. What? If you're talking about Hollow Knight Main is still the exact same. Nothing's changed about it. It's still owned by the same owners. I think Simo owns it, right? 90% sure Simo owns it. So Hollow Knight Main is very much the place for, like, what's the language to use? The people that want to be like in a Hollow Knight community, but are very much the more casual fans, or the more not just casual fans. Like there's some pretty diehard fans that are pretty active there, but like there's a lot of the people that poorly represent the Hollow Knight community, I feel like, are there. I'm gonna start washing away this graffiti, by the way. For the greater good.
Yeah, I wanted you to see it.
Yeah.
So I was like, we can look at it.
Can't touch this. Can't do. But yeah, like, see, it's hard to say, because like a lot of people shit on Hollow Knight, man, and I don't think it really deserves that. It is just like it attracts the entire Hollow Knight fan base of people that like want Discord and stuff. Like, it's all there. It's like the Hollow Knight Reddit. Like, it's just, there's a lot of different people with a lot of different like ways they express interest in things that are all there, and it tries to be very open for that, and it kind of just leads to a spot that's like I'm not surprised that it's linked there. Because, yeah, it is, like, the official server. Like, I mean, the devs are there. So. Greg was on the modding server. I don't know if Greg is still on the modding server. There's a lot of people who, like, hopped on it for a bit and then left, or, like, kind of early on. Before it, like, grew as big as it is now. Yeah, Kerr, that is part of why I started the modding server. I was very frustrated. So the modding channels on main were 3 channels. When I was like became active in the community. I mean, you were active early on. You were active on when it was a single channel. But yeah, by the time I was active in the community, it was 3 channels. There was modding help, modding dev, and modding discussion. And like, something that became very apparent the more I was active and stuff was that it just was not, three channels is a really poor way to try and like organize an entire modding community for a game that wants to grow, especially when like they're already very limited in how they can moderate those channels themselves, because like it wasn't like the actual like Discord mods that were modding those channels, like they were keeping those channels active. So I had asked, because like a lot of other communities have dedicated modding discords. Like Isaac has a dedicated discord for the modding alone, and some other stuff, like some other games do too, but Isaac was a big inspiration to me. And so I asked in the dev channel, I was like, hey, has anyone made, like, is there a modding server that I'm just unaware of because, like, no one talks about it really? Like, does it exist? And I was like, no, it doesn't exist. And I was like, oh, is that something, like, people would want? And there was, like, really mixed responses to that. Like, some people were like, I don't know if it's necessary. And other people were like, yeah, it would be nice to have, like, a more, like a different space for it. So yeah, I was like, okay, well, how about this? Like someone should make that, and we should join. And I was kind of really hoping that, like, one of the main active members would make it. Like, active developers, they were like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea, and they would just make it. But nobody made it. I waited, like, 3 months, I think. And then, some of the other developer people that I was talking more to, like Dandy and Mohima, and Ruddy at the time. I still talk to Ruddy, but Ruddy doesn't really do Hollow Knight modding anymore, very much. But a few of them I had joined my personal server, and I made some secret modding developer channels on that server, just for the purpose of like keeping track of modding stuff and testing. And then we we started using those channels and expanding on them, and we really liked it. And then I said, okay, you know what? Maybe we should actually finally make a modding server, like a dedicated space for it, because clearly this idea works, and it's really nice to have more organized spaces for everything. And the ideas can grow a lot more when they're not so contained into such a small space. And then we went and made the server. That's that whole story. Half your half bathtub. You know, that's a great. These are very wide urinals.
They
Like,
are. But I guess it's,
you know,
too close to someone?
I mean, maybe so you can pee on the wall. Maybe it's so that one person can have a seat in it while the other person pees. You know, nice spot. You can sit your butt right there, and then kind of lean your back up. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, I can't really tell though. Like, what is this supposed to be? The urine. It just says it's urinal. I guess water flows from there. Piss trough. You know, piss troughs exist. Maybe you already know this, Craig. You probably already know this, but I'll tell you. I was dragged to a NASCAR event when I lived in Delaware. Every now and then. Yeah, the only stadium I've been to baseball stadiums multiple times, never saw piss troughs. But at the NASCAR stadium that I went to, NASCAR stadium only has the piss troughs, and I hated it. That had to be one of the worst things.
You're about done, guys. So.
Yeah, no, it is a long ass just metal box. It's literally, for those that don't know, there in the men's bathroom at some of these places, there is just literally this metal, like I'm trying to think of the type of metal, like maybe they're aluminum, I don't know, but it's just this big, long, giant metal trough that everyone pees into, and it's slightly at a tilt, so that all of the pee flows down like a river into one spot. And yeah, it's awful, and it's really bad. Like I lucked out, and that the only time I had to use the piss trough was at this same stadium. I never had to use it when I went there for races. I technically went to 3 total races there. 2 of them were because of going with a family member that just really wanted to go and wanted to actually watch the race. The other one time is because I went as part of a volunteer fundraiser thing where we were technically selling nachos or something, I don't remember. We were selling something there, and I was helping out with that. And that's the only time I had to go use the piss trough, and had to, but it was before, like, it was while we were doing prep stuff, so it was before, like, the stadium was open proper. And so there was no one there. Yeah, it was empty, but during, like, main time, it's not empty. Oh, the Ren Fair had the piss trough. Oh, God. Yeah, the Ren Fair here. I go to one in Puyallup. There's a Ren Fair that happens here every summer for like 2 months.
No, it's 3 weekends.
That was 4 weekends. Okay, so it's 1 month. Yeah, Kerr, I'm in Washington. Kerr, are you also in Washington? How have we not talked about this before? Are you hashtag Washington gang? Ooh, there's also this holding the. Did you see this one? You probably did.
Did holding
That's
the
cool.
PowerWash?
Yeah. No, hold.
There was a drop on.
Oh, I didn't see that. might have actually washed it away. From Washington. Oh, that's right. No, I know that you lived in Nevada. That's right. Yeah. I live in the Olympia, the Lacey Olympia area. Actually, I think technically I'm in Lacey proper now. But oh, Enforcer packs. That's nice. I've been to either 2 or 3 PAX events. I don't remember.
I've been to one.
Yeah. I feel like I want to go to PAX again one day, but I also feel like I just don't know if it's super worth, like PAX tickets are so expensive, even if you manage to get them, like, for the, like, regular price. They're just expensive. And I've already decided that if I go again, I really want to get the, like, full week tickets or whatever, because I would like to go over the course of, like, 3 days instead of trying to fit everything into one day. So it's just, like, a lot. Yeah, Yorto, I think it's worth going to PAX once. I mean, I would probably not go until, like, there's less health concerns in general, because small spaces are still just a really quick breeding ground for no good times. But, like, maybe next year. We'll see. Yeah. Oh. But anyway, as I started to say a little bit ago, so yes, Ren Fair in Puyallup. There's a big one last month. It's super awesome. To anyone else in the Washington area, if you've never been to it, it's really good. I think it's in July. Maybe it's in August. Yeah, it might be August. But I definitely recommend going for at least one of the weekends, but they do different themes every weekend too, so there is incentive to go to multiple weekends.
But if you only want one, then...
I mean, I think a lot of Ren fairs technically serve butterbeer. It's the one, oh gosh, what is the... It's called, like, God, I cannot remember the name of it. Heck. It's a pretty big one, though. It's a fairly good-sized Ren fair. I mean, they do like a royal cart, probably. There's like a big, like, kind of story and show each time over the course of the weekends, and various, like, they do have like a full joust and everything, which again a lot of Ren fairs do that, but this one is a pretty decent sized one. It's pretty popular. But they do not do the trough. The whole point of this is no pee trough from them. They rent out like hundreds of honey buckets, and they have little honey bucket sections everywhere, and they're well maintained. I've never had a time there where I was like, oh my god, this is awful. Like, nope, everything very clean. And no troughs. Yeah, there's usually a couple of different blacksmiths there, and one of them you can sign up for courses while you're there. Like, you could do a course to sign up for like a single class thing while you're there about it. But but like they're mostly advertising that they do full courses and stuff. Yeah, it is fun. It's a good time. Yeah, I don't tend to get into a lot of like the roleplay. We do dress up. We do have Torny and I both have Ren Fair outfits, and we do usually buy like one more thing to add to our Ren Fair wardrobe every time we go. Get like one new thing. And then yeah, we get there's some vendors that do like freshly made soda, so we get that in like glass bottles. And there are so this Ren Fair has 3 different adult spaces that like are like bars and stuff. And so do usually get some drinks. It's pretty good. There's like a bunch of different shows, like stage shows and stuff. So we'll watch some stage shows. It is a small world. What's weird, so I work, my pharmacy manager is from Delaware. And I lived in Delaware for 6 years. And like, that's weird just because Delaware has a tiny population. Like, the odds of me working with another person who's from Delaware are just so absurdly small. Like, I work with 6 people. Like, one of those 6 people is also, like, from Delaware. What is the basin? Oh wait, are the basins the sinks? Yes, they are. Okay. When I was living in Bellingham, I actually, my car at the time was still my car that I got. Like, I got my car when I was living in Delaware, and I drove it out here. And so I had Delaware plates for the first few years of living back out here. And when I was driving home from like a grocery store or something, somebody followed me to my apartment, to my parking lot. And I parked, and they pulled forward, and I got out of my car, and they said, "Hey, I saw that you had Delaware plates, and I just wanted to let you know, I'm also from Delaware. It's a small world." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then they drove off. And that'll always be really weird to me, because like, they followed me home. Like like they saw me on a road. I don't know when they started following me. Like, maybe we were already in the neighborhoods part of like of the area, because like, yeah, they like I get it. Like, there's only like when you're in the neighborhoods part, like maybe they got behind me when I was in the, again, I say neighborhoods, like I don't like they're like main streets, but like it's the towny part. So like maybe they saw me then, and they were like, "Oh, they must be close to wherever they're going. Like, I should say hi." I don't know, but like, I think about that every now and then, just when I'm driving home. I in my head, I'm like, what if someone's currently following me? Because apparently some people do that. Like, yeah, the same thing. The person wanted to tell me that they liked my hair. They followed you to tell you they liked their hair. That's... Wait, how far did they like see you on the road? Did they pass by you on the road and say, "Oh man, I should let this person know that I love their hair"? Or did they follow you from somewhere else? Because, I mean, that's still weird, but like... Yeah, I don't understand why people do this. Like, it does stick with you. You never think, like, that someone would actually just, like, follow another person to, like, their... Like, I think that's what makes it so weird. I am a firm believer that, like, people should compliment people more or something, or try and, like, interact, because, like, social interaction is, like, very good for you, generally speaking. You know, not to say everyone is the same or anything, but, like, generally speaking, some social interaction's good. And if you do like something, like, oh, you like someone's shirt, or you like someone's hair or something, like if you take a moment and say, hey, just wanted to let you know, I think that, you know, your hair is really cool. Like something that someone clearly put effort into. Like, you know, if you see someone in the store or whatever. Yeah, like in a public space. Then I think that's a good thing. That's like it's kind of, you know, it's like, oh, you might have made their day. And like, healthy interaction. But following someone to where they live or their home is like an invasion of privacy and just super inappropriate. Like, it's just baffling. Okay, which light is missing? What? This light? I think that there's technically a small gap down there. I think right there, I think you had to get that one rusher, because I think that's a little gap and some dirt was underneath of it or something. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that that counts as a gap. Lumpstun. Awesome. Potato, what did you end up having for lunch? Oh, hello, Artsy. Good evening. Oh my goodness. Are you so tired in a way that it was an exhausting but successful day, or just exhausting? Or other? Also, holy crap, it is almost midnight. How did that happen? I gotta take my evening meds. I am really glad that that replay started on Forney's side, because she did a much more satisfying cleanup than I did. Chicken soup with extra... I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Hanan? What does Hanan mean? You know, I have a phone. I can look it up. Whoa. Okay, I've tried to look up Hainan chicken, and I'm not understanding what makes it. I'm not understanding what makes it Hainan chicken. The things I'm getting is that there's a dish called Hainan chicken, but like.
Well, that's probably the.
But the dish, it's like a dish served with, like, it's not giving me real information on what makes the chicken like this. I'll have to look more into this later then. But regardless, chicken soup with extra chicken is already really good. Like, that's one of the things when I do homemade soups. I usually add way more of the protein because I like usually more of the protein and usually more of the potato. I like a lot of potato and protein. I spent an 8-hour day doing accounting, and then I came home and worked on the financials for the nonprofit for like another 4 hours. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of work. That's a big day. And a rehearsal in between them. That's a really big day. Steamed chicken with herbs. Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, Artsy, it's also, like, late o'clock. I feel like... I mean, I enjoy you hanging out, but also I feel like you should be, like, going to sleep. That sounds like just such an exhausting day. Like, fried brain kind of day. Oh, also Artsy, because you're a subscriber, my emotes actually got approved today. I did ask you to do a thing. You don't have to do it tonight. It's okay. I do think that the mod was fixed though. I have not gone to test it. However, and I have not gone to test some of the things that I want to test. But some other things have been tested that did not previously work. So that's true. It shouldn't take very long. Yeah, there's emotes so good. I'm so happy with them. Torny drew them all. I know I've said this 100 times, but I'll say it 100 more times. Torny drew them all for me over the course of, like, technically 3 days. It was a day for the first couple, and then a lot more in the second day, and then some bonus ones in the third day. And I actually have even more. I was saying earlier, the ones that I have that I don't have any more slots for, I'm probably going to put on BTTV until I have more slots. Or until, like, I unlock follower emotes, which I think is after, like, 60 days or something. I read it at one point in time. It was 60 days from whenever I read it, but less than 60 days now. I'm gonna have to change your gift sub at some point to like a tier 3 one so you can have the others. Yeah. Wait, if you have a tier 3 sub, you still get the tier 2 rewards, right? I assume so. If not, that's really awkward. I would assume so. I don't know why I thought you would. I don't really understand all the Twitch things. I haven't used Twitch long enough. Give a bird a treat. We can do that. Wait, why is there a scam? Who said scam? What? Kurt, what is scamming? Is there an actual scam, or are you just showing a scam emote? Okay, we have one Burt treat for a Burt. Yes, good boy. What? Hi, Zag. Sorry, there's no Zag treats. Hello. Yes. Hi. What up? That's my pill. You can't eat my pill.
Treat.
What? Give a Zag a treat. Okay, well... Okay, Zag, where'd you go? Come here. Come on, Zaggy.
Zag?
Zag, you gotta be over here if you want a treat. No, no, Oliver, that's a Zag treat. Okay, it might not be on camera very well, because Oliver's also trying to get to it. But I assure you, that treat went to Zagrees. Zag is high gloss, it's true. Look, one Zaggy treat. Yes, you know, I should have known when I set up those rewards. I should have realized that it was going to be a little difficult to get the correct treat to the correct cat each time. I don't know why in my head that was not ever going to be an issue, but they do make it a challenge a little bit. That is so good. What a bird. What are you guys looking at? Where do you think she's going? Torny got up to get us some more water. And, like, Bert is doing this stare. So, he's like, hi. Well, of course I lift the camera up and he stops staring. Well, you're kind of still staring. A little bit of stare. A lot of people feel like he has very soulless eyes. It's been commented on by quite a few people. I feel like he has a lot of expression. Apparently there's a theme. What is... Are you saying that all those emotes have a singular theme? Because those don't feel like they have a theme. Although I do see there's a lot of notes and a lot of don't give me advice about things. Yeah, they big babies.
Vlogs.
Are you ready to clean the helter skelter?
Oh boy. let's do this.
As you know from previous correspondence, my helter-skelter is filthy dirty after rolling down the entire length of Willow Creek. We don't need to revisit specifics. All we need to concern ourselves with is we cannot live in a world where a helter-skelter is being economically outperformed by a carousel. Bert's got some pretty good moms. A lot of times, I don't know if it's been captured on stream that many times, but a lot of times he'll be kind of like napping, like seemingly dead asleep, and then he'll just like shoot his head up out of nowhere and just go meow meow meow, like he really needs to lick, like he just had this urge to clean part of himself, and then he'll go right back to sleep.
There's the
Yeah.
shining and beautiful.
Yeah, built-in scaffolding. A++. Alright, I'm gonna start by cleaning from the top, okay?
Alright.
Does it work? Artsy, does it work? Does it work? Does it work? Does it work? If it doesn't work, then I might want you to send me... Oh my gosh, it worked! This is very exciting. Nice. Hopefully that can be like a good end cap to a very exhausting day. End cap? Nightcap. Nightcap is the phrase. End caps are different things. We need a game that combines PowerWash Simulator with, what was that parkour game? Mirror's Edge? We need Mirror's Edge PowerWash Simulator. Like a crossover. Yay, butt streak. Wait, is there a power washer in Noida? I didn't play long enough to find a lot of the things you could find. Or is that a term for something else? Play and find out. You know what? That's a fair response. Eventually I'll play Noida again. Probably on stream, because my current, maybe I'll change this eventually, but my current goal is for all first playthroughs of games to be on stream. So I mean, I don't think I'll change that, because, like, the entire reason I started streaming was so that I could archive my first playthroughs of games and kind of re-examine my thoughts on them in the future. And so, streaming is, like, the easiest way to do that. Doors Paradox. I mean, Doors Paradox from the name alone sounds like something that sounds fun. I will watch the trailer in a minute, though. Let me finish cleaning this top, and then I'll watch the trailer. Okay, Artsy. Will you have a most well-deserved sleep? I hope that you have a good rest. And I don't know if you're a person that has dreams that you remember, but if you have dreams that you remember, I hope that they are good dreams. And preferably not dreams that take place in that bathroom that we were in the last level, because that place would be a terrible place to have a dream. And balancing the books by playing stack plans. That sounds like an awesome dream. I mean, although that means the books are on your brain a lot, which maybe you don't want that in your dream. Also, I missed your Stacklands playing yesterday, and I keep meaning to turn on the VOD for it, and I forgot. I might have it on in the background while I'm doing stuff tomorrow. Let's see. Is this a reflection of the carousel?
No.
Yeah, I think they have the baked-in reflection of the carousel. Yeah. Finished game off stream, like it's okay, Artsy. I think Stacklands is a game that, you know, it's not the end of the world that you finished it off stream. Now, if O finishes Outer Wilds off stream, I'll cry. I'll literally cry. I will be so sad. I am already sad that Oat wants to play Outer Wilds off stream. But, like, you know, I get it. And I understand the reasoning. I know the reasoning for Oat wanting to play Outer Wilds off stream. I disagree with the reasoning. Because, like, I think that anybody who enjoys watching Outer Wilds runs is literally 100% okay with watching someone do something where they make zero progress over and over again. Like I know that Oat doesn't want to stream and feel like she's not doing anything interesting on stream or whatever. Which I think that's my understanding of what the reasoning is. The reasoning is probably also just like, you know, sometimes playing things when not streaming means you can like think more on it or something. But I still disagree. I still disagree because it's just so exciting. It's like just I don't know. It's hard to explain. Yeah, it's still entertaining. Like to the people that are into it, they're gonna find any of the ways you work through something, even if the way is like feels like a tedious grind. Like it's not actually a tedious grind to anyone who's interested in it. But I understand why you might feel it. Yes, Artsy, you should go to sleep for realsies. I hope you sleep well. Goodbye. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Finish. Like really any of those games where you're kind of working stuff out while you're doing it. I think Flib at one point with Obra Dinn, was like that, where they felt like they were spent a whole stream like late into it, trying to just trying to piece together some stuff, and they weren't doing stuff, and they were kind of frustrated about it, but like it was still very interesting to Flib is very enjoyable to watch doing puzzle streams. If somebody's not watched a Flib puzzle stream, Flib's very good at communicating all of their thoughts while they do things. And, it's Flib Brain. There we go. Had to get a Flib Brain out. Fun fact, by the way, if you type Flibbrain into the Twitch Discord channel in my server, because of how it works, it will do the Flibbrain, because I am subscribed to, Flib. Okay, without being too weird about it, Flib's, Flibs. Okay, yes, no, I know exactly. I mean, it took me a minute because I wasn't hearing it in Flib's voice, but yes. Also, yes, Flib is pretty big brain. But like that aside, when you're first encountering like when something's a brand new puzzle to you, I don't think any amount of big brain, like, how to phrase, there's certain types of puzzles, so I guess that, so like Flib can really easily play through, like, a lot of, the Witness or Taiji puzzles, because, Flib is really good at analyzing those. But like other puzzles, like a lot of games that use like observational puzzles and stuff, or where you're piecing together like a story or something. So things more in the vein of like Outer Wilds or like Obra Dinn or something. Like, nobody's really going to have any sort of advantage on anybody else on that, other than if you're like more observational, or if you happen to have more prior knowledge in some games, you can get an advantage. Like, Obra Dinn is like that. Obra Dinn, everything you need to know in the game is in the game. Like, you don't need prior knowledge at all. But if you have prior knowledge, you do have advantages. There are things you can solve much earlier in Obra Dinn if you happen to know other things from outside the game. Okay, oh, you say that there's only a 20% chance, but, like, also, I worry. I'm a worrier. I'm unfamiliar with Pete's Tower. I know you mentioned it earlier, and I feel like I've seen someone else mention it, but I don't know anything about Pizza Tower. Ah. Returnal is another game. The only thing I know zero about Returnal, other than the fact that Daniel Matt played Returnal, and apparently loved it so much that it was what their sounds were taken from until they played Hollow Knight, and Hollow Knight became the new game that they have loved on that same level. So now their sounds are based on our Hollow Knight sounds. But like, Returnal must be pretty good if it was the previous game that the sounds were from. I mean, a good game. Yep, she just took it from under me. Now granted, I did tell her she could do that, but I moved to the top because it apparently was blocking her from taking it while I was in the middle of it. So I had to, like, jump. I think it wouldn't let her grab it while I was within the same bounds of it, so I had to jump out of the bounds of it. Ah. Excellent fell, but it's okay, I fell back onto the scaffold.
I've done that.
Made 4. But you made 4 game modes? Like 4 separate game modes? Nice. That's pretty cool. It's nice when your brain wants to, like, work with you for stuff like that. Like, it's super satisfying when, like, you're in that correct headspace and, like, you're just getting stuff done, and it's like, yes, this is clicking, and then, you know what, why stop here? Like, let's just keep riding with this. It's true, you gotta, like sometimes you can, like, feel that's what's going on. You're like, you know what, I got so much stuff to do. Like, I get with that, like, with some chores. Like, I'll get in a headspace where I'm just like, okay, I need to go do dishes, like, right now. I need to go clean the fridge. Okay, Bjordo. Bjordo, I was gonna ask you. You know, I can ask you on your server so you can look at later. I was going to ask you if you just had the regular Steam version of. Whoa! I like landed on it again. That was cool. Oop. That's it. There. But I was gonna ask you if you just had the regular version of Rogue Squadron from Steam. I own it from GOG, and sometimes GOG patches older stuff so that it doesn't have as many issues. And I just wasn't sure if that was a case with that game or not. I thought you would know in the community stuff. But I hadn't looked into it more. I read the comments. Like, I was looking at the comments on the GOG version to see if anyone mentioned whether or not it was specifically patched or not. Because that's like GOG's whole thing normally, is that GOG typically patches games. Does the version you have... I guess, hold on. Is Rogue Squadron 3D different than Rogue Squadron? Does that matter? Because, I mean, it looks like it's the same game. The version from GOG does apparently have the what's it called? The Naboo fighter? Like there was like something, like some sort of like bonus content for the game that was released on one of the versions or something. Whatever that is, it does have that in the game, is what something said. So, like, I don't know how this affects stuff, but, okay, you have the Naboo fighter as well, yeah. I don't know. From what I saw in the comments, when it was first released on GOG, it looks like it did have some issues. There was, like, comments with some crash issues. But then there's comments from later that say that none of those issues seem to be present, and, like, the people aren't even sure what the other people were talking about. But GOG's, like, whole shtick is that they try and patch the older games specifically to work better on modern hardware. So, I don't know. I was going to test it at some point, and so when I had some free time, and see if it crashes on my computer at all. And if not, it might be worth getting that version and seeing if you still have the issues. But like, if it's crashing on my computer, then like it's not even worth checking. So anyway, I didn't mean to keep you up. I wasn't sure if this was like a thing that comes up in the or like it's something that's been discussed before. So I know it's a pretty small community of people that like play the game. Oh my gosh, but you're back. Also, you didn't save the word. The word was changed at the beginning of stream, but Buttspot didn't save the word. Apparently only the actual, like, streamer can set it, which is very rude. There we go. I do think it's silly that it doesn't accept it from moderators, though. Like, that seems like it should be a thing. Bonk. Oh man. There's like stuff in the distance. What is that? Oh, I'm not really sure that can stream. But there is. Is he up? No, it's not spots on my monitor. It's very much a spot in space. It's like 2 white lines. At first I thought it was a spot on my monitor, but then... Yeah, you can see it too.
Right here.
Yeah, you can see it right here too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very weird. I mean, my guess is that it's probably just like, if the outside texture is a cube, that might be like...
Oh, that's the corner.
Yeah. Overlapping images or something. Wait, is this not the original? What? Yeah, I think I like the original a little bit more because it's a little bit more muted. But that might also be because, like, I'm not playing, like, I'm not experiencing it in the context of the game. Like, in the context of like a vacuum or like something like what I'm doing right now, the more muted sound is preferable, I think. If Polybridge is the game I think it is, I played some of the first one. And not finish it. But... So let's play that again. Oh yeah, very good. Alright, with that, gonna wrap up for the evening because it is late and I am sleepy. Let's see, is anybody currently streaming? Nobody that I follow is currently streaming. And it's not giving me recommended people. Although I might have disabled recommended people. That's a possibility. Alright. Well, I guess in that case I will just end. So, thank you everyone for hanging out. I am super duper sleepy, so I'm gonna go to sleep now. But have a good evening. Hope everyone who is going to bed soon has a good sleep. And everyone who's not going to bed soon has a good rest of their day or time being awake. There's a very high probability that we'll play more PowerWash Simulator tomorrow because we do have errands tomorrow. We have some errands to run, and there's supposed to be, I think, Oat stream tomorrow. If I don't have my days of the week mixed up. So that'll be like the morning time. But then I have free evening time. Which means PowerWash time.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna keep doing the co-op PowerWash streams until we're done with the game. And then after that, maybe we'll return to it sometimes, because it's a fun game to play together. But probably returning to it will be like while watching other things. Who knows? Yes. Have a good night. Sleep well.